So I was just recently going through my YouTube, and there's been a couple of trending videos on YouTube of men coming out here to talk about their mental health and how they are going through this emotional breakdown, and also how they are depressed. And actually, it's a good thing that more people are going to come out here and talk about things and like tell the world about what they are going through. Perhaps somebody will listen to them on the other side, and we just basically give them that hope that there is more to life than whatever they are going through. But I think what was most consistent in those videos was how the men were coming out in a way that they are trying to think through their depression phase, like pin themselves in a corner and just try to think through that depression. And I feel actually that is the wrongest way of dealing with depression, because you got into depression in the first place because of the thinking. So if you get into the more of the thinking, there's really nothing that's going to change in that case. So the best way to deal with depression, basically, I think, is to go out there and um, actually get or engage in physical activity or some sort, because depression is a phase that requires somebody to talk to and somebody to be there as a real friend for you, so that you can get through that phase quicker than actually expected, or even lead you to get into thinking of committing suicide. So in a case where you don't have friends like to listen to you and to express yourself to, it's best to actually engage in activities that you love the most. You could try to improve on your hobbies. What do you like doing? Do you like doing YouTube? Do you like skateboarding? It's actually going to help you meet people there whom you can connect with on a deeper ground and actually express yourself to them and deal with whatever mental or emotional stress that you're going through. Because thinking through actually is just keeping things within you, and they're not letting it letting it out. So the best way would be to do that, because most people, what is noticeable about most people who go through depression and these mental breakdowns, they are people who have difficulties with having friends. They don't have any people there for them, and most of these people are men. This is because men have become more of, I feel, neglected, because more emphasis has been drawn towards the women, what women deserve and whatnot. They've been put on this high pedestal, which is actually a good thing, but in turn is rejecting like men, because governments, we've seen how they've invested resources in trying to make sure that women are put there, but at the same time, actually forgetting about the men. So men tend to feel very much alone, and nobody there to pay attention to them or their mental needs or psychological needs, which is basically like things like friendships, people to listen to them. So the best way to deal with such for men is not to sit down in the corner and pin yourself to your thoughts and expecting like someday the government will wake up, or the matrix will wake up tomorrow and say, okay, today, this time we're gonna try to embrace more of the men's culture and whatnot. The best way to deal with these types of things is to go out there and to do things that you love the most and meet people that are going to connect with you on deeper grounds, based on the little things that you are connected with to them in that sense. I'll give an example of the YouTube journey. Like before starting this whole YouTube thing, the only circle of friends I had were the friends that I was sharing an apartment with, and other types of friends were like busy in their own worlds, dealing with other things and other issues, which tended to make me feel more lonely. So after starting this YouTube thing, which is something that I liked, which was like a hobby, I began to connect with other content creators on deeper grounds that later led us to be closer friends, and like we would share things. And when you're going through some sort of mental or depressed phases, you would actually talk to them, and based on the ground that you connect in a certain way. So I don't know if all this makes sense, but the point that I'm trying to put across is that sitting down and pinning yourself in a corner and just thinking things through your depression will really not work. It is how everybody has been doing it, and that it has caused them to be more depressed. And to start with, that is what caused you to be depressed. So actually sitting down and thinking through your depression is not really going to help. Go out there, make friends that you connect with on a certain ground. Is it sport? Is it content creation? Is it current affairs? You'll meet people that you're going to connect with on deeper grounds and become friends with, and with time you begin to share things that you are going through with them, and they'll just be there basically not to solve your problems but to listen. What matters is having somebody on the other end to listen to you and actually reply to you and tell you that there's more to life than what you feel or you're going through currently. I feel that is why those men have come out to YouTube and basically made those sit down videos of where they just talk about how they are having difficulties having friends and how they are going through this depressed stage, and somebody on the other side just replies with a positive comment, and the next video they just look like somebody who's overcome and whatnot. So basically that was what I had for you in this video. I hope it was really helpful. I'll see you all in the next video. Keep it CM Reinvented.